Best performance by an actor in a supporting role. Matt Damon, Invictus. I haven't seen it yet. Woody Harrelson for The Messenger. Christopher Plummer for The Last Station. Stanley Tucci for The Lovely Bones. And Christopher Waltz for... or Christoph Waltz. Somebody corrected me on my Inglourious Basterds review that I mispronounced his name and I felt very stupid. But I think I do that a lot, so people should be used to it by now. For Inglourious Basterds, he played the Nazi. I give it to him. I think he's going to get it. To be fair, I haven't seen any of these other performances, so they could be amazing or it could be way off the mark on this one, but I really think Christoph Waltz deserves it and is going to get it. Okay, best performance by an actress in a leading role. Sandra Bullock for The Blind Side. I'm sorry. I've seen the previews to that movie, and I just don't think I'm ever going to see it. It looks like saccharine crap. It might be awesome, but I'll probably never know. Unless I am forced, to see the movie, either by a loved one or a family member who basically makes me watch it. And Sandra Bullock, I think, has just been kind of an obnoxious actress ever since those Miss Congeniality movies. Helen Mirren for The Last Station. She won for The Queen a little while ago, so now she's kind of an Oscar favorite, I suppose. I haven't seen The Last Station, haven't seen that performance, so I can't tell you. Carey Mulligan and Education, again, that movie that kind of came out of nowhere for me, so I don't know. I'll have to check it out, though. It kind of sounds interesting. Gabri Sadabib for Precious, and I'm not going to go through that title again. You should know it by now. Haven't seen the movie. I feel really bad. Like, I'm supposed to be like this movie fan. I'm going through these, and I've only seen like maybe 5 of the movies in question. And Meryl Streep for Julie and Julia. I like Julie and Julia. That was a good movie. So yeah, I'd have to give it to Meryl Streep, I guess, since that's the only movie of these I've seen, and I did like the performance. So I don't know. Maybe I'll have to do a follow-up video later after I've seen all of the movies. I'll probably do a follow-up video after the Oscars to tell you how I felt about it. Best performance by an actor in a leading role. Jeff Bridges for Crazy Heart. He won it for the Golden Globes, so he's probably going to get it again for the Oscars, but we'll see. George Clooney for Up in the Air. He did very good. But I will say he was basically just George Clooney. If you've seen George Clooney in a movie before, you know what you're getting into. It's not much of a performance, but he did very good. He read his lines very well, and I believed in his character. I liked it enough that I liked the movie as a whole. Colin Firth for A Single Man. New Coen Brothers movie. Gonna see it soon. I'll have to tell you how I feel about that after I see it. Morgan Freeman for Invictus. He plays Nelson Mandela, which is very political and kind of important in that Oscar-y sort of way, so he might get it. And Jeremy Renner, I said Reamer in my Hurt Locker review, and I felt stupid again, for The Hurt Locker, and I would give it to him. I thought that was a very good performance, and like I said in my review, Hurt Locker is more of a character study than it is anything else, so if the actor isn't any good, your character study doesn't work. But it did work, so that means the actor was really good. That's kind of a philosophical argument, I suppose, but I think he deserves the award, but I have a feeling like it's either going to go to Morgan Freeman or Jeff Bridges. So let's go to animated. In fact, I'll go. Yeah, I'll just do animated, and then I'll do Best Picture. And this actually kind of works out because Up was both nominated for Best Picture and Best Animated Feature, which I have an opinion about. Coraline. This is Best Animated Movie. Coraline by Henry Selick. Fantastic Mr. Fox by Wes Anderson. Princess and the Frog. The Secret of Kells. That's the wild card of the bunch. I've never heard of it. And Up. Up's gonna get it. Up deserves it. I also really liked Coraline, though. I thought as far as Henry Selick movies go, it was his best so far, since Nightmare Before Christmas, anyway. And Fantastic Mr. Fox, I think it was the best Wes Anderson movie since Royal Tenenbaums. However, Up still deserves it. Pixar all the way. They just blow everyone out of the water, and I think they're going to get it. Because how could you have Up be nominated for Best Picture and Best Animated Feature and it not win either. That would just be weird. So Up's going to get it. And it deserves it. Okay, so here it is. The Best Motion Picture of the Year. Avatar by James Cameron. The Blind Side, which you know my opinion about that movie. You're never going to see it. District 9, which is interesting and cool because I really like that movie. I'll go through them and then I'll talk more. An Education, Hurt Locker, Inglourious Bastards, Precious, based on a novel Push by Sapphire, A Serious Man, Up, and Up in the Air. Okay, so if we go completely based off of what happened at the Golden Globes, I think it's safe to say that Avatar has a good shot of getting the picture, despite the fact that we have 10 nominations instead of the regular 5, which I think is dumb because it's not like there's going to be 2 Best Pictures. There's just going to be 1 still, so the rest are just superfluous, really. And I think if you look at the list, you know what they really wanted to nominate and what they're just kind of giving for the the fanboys and whoever else out there. So they can't be accused of snubbing. But let's see. Avatar might get it, just based on the fact that it did so well. It came out late in the year, critically recepted for the most part pretty well, and I think last year they were the Oscars were sort of accused for being too artsy, and everyone was mad because they didn't give it to The Dark Knight, or The Dark Knight wasn't even nominated, which I was pretty mad about that too. But I don't think that they should make up for that by giving it to Avatar, some, kind of silly popcorn movie, as much as I liked it. And as much as I like District 9, as interesting as I think it is and how awesome I think it is that it got nominated, I would kind of have to have the same opinion there. District 9 is probably like my 3rd favorite movie of the year. That's going to be in another video. I'm going to do a video about my favorite movies of the year. But I don't necessarily think it was the Best Picture of the year. If you asked me that a couple months ago, I might have said that. But since I've seen Up in the Air and The Hurt Locker, for me personally, it's between those two. And it's kind of a toss-up because they're very different movies, but I think they're both equally as good. Up in the Air is just a great people movie, a great people piece, and Hurt Locker is, like James Cameron himself said, it's kind of the Platoon of the 2000s. So if either of those win, I'll be happy, as long as Avatar doesn't win. In fact, as long as Avatar or Blind Side or An Education or Precious, those are the movies I'd rather have not win. But if Up in the Air, Inglourious Bastards, or Hurt Locker wins, I'll be a happy camper. Inglourious Bastards, I think that'd be a weird pick. I think it's too out there, even for the Oscars. I think they can recognize that it was good, and we'll see if it wins Best Screenplay and Best Director. But I don't think it's going to get the Best Picture. And Up is nominated for the Best Picture. If they were going to include it in Best Picture, I don't think they should have included it in Best Animated Film. Because that's not fair for the rest of those animated movies that they just know they're not going to get it. It's not fair for either of them, really, because Up knows they're not going to get it because they were already nominated for Best Animated Film. And all the animated films know they're not going to get it because Up was nominated for a Best Picture. So, I don't know. But yeah, that's my opinion. I'll talk to you later, Film Fanatic. And I enjoy your videos, and I think for as young as you are, you sure know a lot about film. And keep up the good videos. Bye-bye.